We're really excited about this new Moose Lodge project that we're going to be able to do this year. The history of this project is that our community has desired a community center for a long time. And we didn't really know how we were going to pay for it. We didn't know what it was going to look like, but there has been an active group of citizens who've been trying to answer the question of what will Camas's new community center look like for quite some time. When the city bought the Camas Moose Lodge property about 10 years ago, there was the idea that maybe someday this property would be able to be opened up for public use. The Moose have now left and gone to a new location, and that has opened a window of opportunity for the city of Camas to come in and really conclude this dream of a community center at a beautiful location that is on the lake. It preserves its history and what we had before, as well as modernizes and makes a really functional meeting space for our citizens. So we're really excited about this project. Right now, I think if you drive by that property, it's less than attractive, and we are excited to have it be something else that we can all be proud about in our community. And so, included in this year's 2013 proposed budget is the funding to build this facility. It will be answered through a series of parks and open space credits, a little bit of REIT funding, and a little bit of financing. What we have done at the city is said we are going to prioritize this property as a park that we will pay for the next 10 years or so through these credits. So let me give a little better explanation or a little more information on the project and the funding. It's actually about a $2 million project. It is going to be funded through credits that are received when people either take out a permit to build a house in the city, they pay a parks and open space fee as part of getting that permit, or when they buy a house in the city, they pay a real estate excise tax fee. Those are the two funding sources that we've partially dedicated to fund this project. And so it's being paid for potentially by new residents or by residents who are purchasing other homes in the area. It is not going to be paid by a bond. And that's one thing we're excited about, is that we did not need to go out and ask the citizens for more money. We're able to look into what we have and find a way to prioritize our expenses and come up with what we think is a great solution for our community. So that's a little bit more detail on how the funding is going to work. Now, internally, this is going to be an incredible facility. First of all, it's going to have a very lodge-like feel. We recognize there's going to be a fireplace facility. There's going to be kind of a a front greeting area. There's going to be a usable kitchen space, and there's going to be seating for up to 150 guests. That's inside the building. Outside, there's going to be a modernized, beautiful, rustic, lodge-looking porch where people, we envision, will be able to sit outside, talk, look at the water on a beautiful summer day. We envision this to be a full-on community room, that there will be the ability for citizens to rent this for a private function, for weddings, for different special family events, but also we'll have a very open community policy as well. All those policies will be determined by our Parks Board as the project advances. But once this project gets funded, and it gets funded by the approval of the 2013 budget that will happen at the end of December, you'll start seeing work out there. You'll start seeing things happen, and we will be building on this project next year and hope to have it open at either the end of 13 or the beginning of 14 for use in our community. So we're in the council chambers at City Hall right now, and this is a room we've spent some time working on in this year. It was redesigned to be able to accommodate video footage as well as modern technology things. The council has now all this year switched to paperless packets. All our agendas are being produced digitally now and given to the council digitally. Of course, they're also available to the public digitally as well on our website. We also went to full-on videotaping of our council meetings beginning in October of this year. It was something that was very important to me. I believe we are in a modern world that has the ability to showcase what the community is doing. I realize not everybody is interested in watching a council meeting, but they now have that choice. We get very few people that come down to our council meetings. I think they trust the city council to do a good job. They elect good people to do it. But here you have an opportunity to tune in. If there's an issue of interest to you, you can do that from the comfort of your home. You can follow it at any time. Not only are they streamed live, but they're also archived. And so any topic that you've ever wanted to know about, you can then search through our database and watch those segments and say, hey, when did they ever talk about skateboarding, or when did they ever talk about the Moose Lodge project, or any of these other things. And now you'd be able to pull up those meetings and look at those and follow that conversation. So some people ask what it's like to be the mayor of Camas. Well, first of all, I find it to be an incredible honor. As somebody who grew up in this community, it's very exciting to me. As a graduate of Camas Heights Elementary School, and I don't know if you graduate from elementary school, and JDZ Middle School and the old Camas High School, it's a true honor for me to be the mayor of the community I grew up in. And I believe one of my most important jobs is to be the greatest cheerleader for the city that we have. I talk about the city everywhere I go. I truly believe it to be the best place you could choose to live and to raise a family, and we work really hard to keep it that way. I come into the office regularly. I meet with staff. We work on internal issues. I'm the head administrator of the city, and yet I'm very fortunate to have a full-time administrator who carries out a lot of the day-to-day stuff. I spend some time in Olympia lobbying for money for the city, for different projects and different things that we're working on. We are a city that believes in economic development, and our history shows that. From the very beginning, we've recognized jobs are important, and we want to provide as many of those as we can in our city. So we are actively recruiting new businesses. We are excited about 2013, and I am very confident we'll have big announcements in the new year as far as more jobs coming to Camas.